Good day, everyone. We are live and we are going to present a presentation about behavior teams. And these are the agenda or the objective of this presentation.
Agenda. Understand what constitutes a group and team. Learn why people join groups. Know how to increase group performance milestone. Understand how team operates. Be able to decide when groups perform better than individuals. Know why the team approach is not always the best. Understand the cause of conflict. Know how to reduce conflict. Group dynamics. Some experts define a group as two or more people who see themselves as a group and interact with each other. Others believe a group must have structure and permanency. This means that while some experts view a group simply as people who recognize themselves as part of the same unit and interact regularly. Next. According to Gordon 2001 defines a group using 4 criteria. Members see themselves as a unit. The group provides rewards to its member. What happened to one member affect the others. Members share a common goal. This is the group is formed when individuals identify themselves as part of same unit or share common goal. Next po. Group rewards. A group must have multiple members. One person alone cannot be a group. At least 2 people are needed to form a group. 2 people is dyad, 3 people triad, 4 to 20 people small group. To be considered a group, member must see themselves as a unit. Corresponding effect. A true group exists when an event that affects one member also affects others. Common goals. All group members must share a common goal. If members have different goals or reason for being together, they are not a group. Reason for joining groups. Assignment. People join groups because they are assigned. Example, work, teams, committees, or training groups. This is individual become part of group because they are designated, such as work teams. Physical proximity. People form groups with those who are nearby or work close together. Affiliation. People join to connect and interact with others. They have a need for belonging. Identification. Joining groups helps people express, identify, or belongs to something meaningful. Example, clothing and fandom. Emotional support. Groups provides comfort, understanding, and encouragement. Assistance help. People join to get help or cooperate in achieving goals. Common interest. Groups from when members share similar hobbies or passion. Common goals. People unite to pursue a shared objective such as political or organizational goal.
Factors affecting group performance. One is group cohesiveness. Higher cohesiveness increases productivity, decision quality, satisfaction, and interaction. So, when a group members get along well, they trust each other. They work better together. They finish tasks faster, make faster decisions, and enjoy being part of the team. It's easier to share ideas and help one each other. Next is uniform and symbols promote unity. Wearing the same uniform, logos, symbols help members feels like they belong to one team. It reminds them that they are share the same goal and should support each other. It builds pride and teamwork. Next is too much cohesion can harm performance or loyalty greater than ba to or less than? Basta yun. Loyalty and goals. If members are loyal to are too close, they might not correct mistake or speak up when something wrong. They might agree with everything just to keep peace, even if not just best decision. Next is group homogeneity. Homogeneous groups communicates better. Heterogeneous group brings diverse ideas. When a group members are similar, examples like having the same background, skills, or interests, they it is understand each other easily and communicate smoothly. Next is like the heterogeneous groups perform best overall. Groups have the mixed similarities and differences, do the best, and they communicate well, but still enough variety skills and opinions come up with better solution and decision. Next is stability membership. The longer the longer members stay together, the more cohesive and effective the group becomes. Um, Example is when the same people work together for a long time, they start to understand strength, their strength, weaknesses, and ways of working. This builds trust, teamwork, and stronger relationship, making the group more united and productive. Number four is isolation. Physically or socially isolated groups tend to be more cohesive and loyal. Um, Isolation is a physically or socially separated from others from members become closer and more loyal to one another because they are rely on each other more. Next is outside pressure. Outside pressure is external threats or criticisms threaten group unity or the psychological rectance effects. Example is faces criticism or problems from outside. Member tends to stick together and support each even more. Next is small group size. Group size is a small groups are more cohesive and coordinated or ideally is equal to 5 members. Small groups or around 5 people usually work better because they are easier to manage and everyone can join a discussion. Next is larger groups may suit actives and disjunctive but risk lower moral. The example ng larger group is big groups can handle larger tasks, but sometimes member feels less connected or less motivated. Next is group status. Group status is higher group status, increased pride and cohesion. Example is a group with a good reputation and high status makes feel proud and more united. Next is difficult entry or exclusive image threatens commitment. Um, when it hurts to join a group, member value it more, stay more committed. Um, Those are the group status examples. Next is number 8, group ability and confidence. Groups and skilled and confident members perform better. Ang example ng group ability and confidence is a group with skilled and confident members to perform better because they know what to do and believe in themselves. Number 9 is personality of members. Members high in openness, emotionally stability, and conscientiousness, conscientiousness, and enhance performance. Example is open-minded, mga open-minded, emotional stable, and responsible help group work better and avoid conflicts. Next is communication structure. Clear, effective communication boosts success. And last is centralized networks with fast problem solving. Open network fit social or creative goals. Example ng clear communication is the work smoothly and avoid misunderstanding. Then the centralized communication where one person leads is a good for quick decision, while open communication everyone shares ideas is better for teamwork and creativity. Next is group roles. Group success depends on members assuming different roles. Number 12. Presence of others. Social facilitation and inhibition. Norman Triplett, 1898. Found people perform better with others than alone. Sometimes people work better when work watching. This is called social facilitation. Or it happens with easy or familiar tasks. Next is social inhibition. Presence of others hinders performance on difficult or new tasks. The presence of but if the task is a new or hard, the presence of others can make person nervous, performs worse. This is called social inhibition. Next is individual dominance. Group performance can be affected by dominance by one leader or member. Example, if one person dominates the group, it can help or harm performance. Next is if the dominant person's solution is accurate, the group performs well. Next is groupthink. Occurs when group members are too cohesive and like-minded, leading to poor decision despite clear evidence against them. This happens when members are too close or always agree with each other. And lastly is they may ignore problems or wrong decisions just to keep peace in the group.
Individual performance refers to the work output, result, or achievement of a single person in completing a task or racing goal. Yung individual performance ay tumutukoy sa isang tao na siya ang gumagawa ng kanyang sariling pag-iisip at kanyang kilos. Group performance refers to the combined work, result, or achievements of a team or groups working together toward a common goal. Di naman sa group performance, binubuo ng dalawa o higit pang tao. Ang mga membro ay nagtutulungan at nagbabahagi ng kanya-kanyang ideya para sa isang gawain.
Team is a group of 3 or more individuals who interact intensively to produce a product, plan, decision, or service according to Divine of 1999. Team is also a group of people working together toward a common goal, using their individual strength to achieve something they could not do alone. So team has collaboration, shared responsibility, and mutual support. So, example po ng team ay katulad ng groupings namin today or coming as a group. So, we are team kasi each member has a role o meron kaming iba't ibang gawain para mas maging successful yung presentation namin. So, yung iba gumawa ng PPT, may nag-gather ng data, at nagpa-present. So, when everyone does their part, yung presentation is nagiging successful. So, next slide po. So, factors that define a true team. First is identification. Members see themselves as one unit or team rather than separate departments. So, sa identification po, members see themselves as one using we instead of using I. So sa identification sa team is kinoconsider nila yung sarili nila as we or silang lahat at hindi yung I kundi isang sarili lamang. So, second is the interdependence. Members rely on each other's skills and input from trust. So, in interdependence, so members rely on each other's strength to achieve the goals. So, nagre-rely yung mga members ng isang team sa kanya-kanyang mga strength or kalakasan para mas ma-achieve yung mga goal of mga objectives ng isang team. So, power differentiation. Members treat each other equally with shared respect and balanced authority. So, members respect each other and share authority fairly. So, sa power differentiation, so yung members daw is nire-respeto yung bawat isa at sinishare nila yung otoridad ng fair at hindi man nagkakaroon ng discrimination or something like that. Social distance. So, team keeps communication or teams reduce social distance through casual, friendly communication and empathy. So, social distance po, dito po is yung team keeps communication open and friendly to build comfort and trust. So, sa social distance, yung team is nagkakaroon or pinapanatili yung mabuting communication and yung friendly na approach doon sa team member para ma-build yung comfort at yung tiwala ng bawat isa. Conflict management. So, teams collaborate and seek win-win outcomes instead of forcing or avoiding conflict. So, teams solve problems together instead of ignoring or fighting with each other. So, ang conflict management po, yung teams or yung team members is sinusolusyonan yung mga problema ng sama-sama instead na hindi nila hinahayaan nila na mas mag-fight conflict na non-occur dun sa team nila. Negotiation process, teams aim for mutual benefit or the everyone wins instead of personal gain. So, negotiation process, members finds win-win solution where no one feels left out or overruled. So, sa negotiation process, mas ini-aim o ginugol ng team na
mas magkaroon ng benefit or pare-parehas yung benefit na makuha ng bawat isa instead sa pansarili lang gain. Okay, next slide po. Next slide po.
Mabagal lang.
So, yeah. Sorry. So, according to Cohen and Bailey of 1997, they have different types of teams. First is the work teams. Work teams is members manage themselves, assign jobs, solve problems, and ensure quality. So, example nito is sa isang cafeteria, mayroong mga crew katulad ng barista, may cashier, and may baker. And each of them has a role na ginagampanan sa isang cafeteria. And by that, nagkakaroon sila ng work teams o nagkakaroon sila ng coordination sa araw-araw para mas makip or mas ma-run yung cafeteria ng smooth. Parallel team, members come from different departments. Examples are the sales, the HR, and the production. Project team, temporary teams. Project teams are the temporary teams formed to achieve a specific or one-time goal. So, sa project teams, like po sa promotional video namin sa SPS or the project namin sa SPS, meron kaming promotional video na kailangan gawin, and we are project teams na kapag natapos na or nagpasa na yung video na yun, mag-end na yung team namin. So, example siya ng project teams. Management teams. It provide direction, coordination, and support to other teams. So, next slide po. How teams develop. So, Pacman, 1995 and March of 2001.
Sorry.
Ito lang. Nag-echo lang yung boses ng girl. Pa-off na lang siguro ng mic. Thank you. How teams develop. So, according to Tuckman of 1965 and Mark of 2001, teams typically progress through 4 stages of development. First is the forming stage, second is the storming stage, third is the norming stage, and last is the performing stage. Next slide. So, first stage is the forming. So, members get to know each other and define their roles. Behavior is polite and cooperative as members try to make good impression. So, sa stage na to, ito yung getting to know the vibe. So, kinikilala pa lang nila yung mga team members. Doon nagkakaroon pa ng pag-create ng mga GC, and gumagamit pa sila ng mga po, katulad ng hello po, yes po, para magkaroon ng politeness doon sa dinadevelop na to. So, sa storming stage, initial harmony fades, conflict and frustration arise. Members may feel stress and doubt their abilities to roll. So, sa storming, ito na yung clash of ideas. So, nagkakaroon na ng mga iba't ibang ideas yung bawat members or team na meron. And example nito is yung nagkakaroon na rin dito ng conflict. So, katulad na lang ng meron sa grouping, hindi nawawala sa grouping, rather yung mga type ng group members na hindi man lang talaga nag-reply or nakamute yung GC. Doon nagkakaroon ng problem or nagkakaroon ng conflict between sa teams and dun sa team members. So, norming stage, team members resolve conflict and establish norms of cooperation. Acceptance of the team leader and mutual trust develop. So, dito na nagkakaroon ng finding the glue. So, In this stage, instead of blaming, so instead na magsisiyan sila sa kung ano mang conflict na nangyari dun sa team nila, is nag-uusap sila para ma-divide or ma-break down yung mga tasks na kailangan gawin ng bawat member. So, performing. The team operates smoothly and effectively. Members innovate, give feedback, and support each other. So, sa performing, ito na yung teamwork unlock. So, dito na, despite nagkaroon ng problem yung team, is, at the end of the day, naging successful pa rin yung team nila dahil nagkaroon ng pagsusupport and nag-initiate yung bawat members para maging successful. Next slide, please.
Ako na po.
Di pa. Isang slide pa. Okay. Why teams don't always work? First is the team is not a real team. So dito po, sometimes the group is called team, but members don't really work together or rely on each other. So kadalasan or minsan sa isang group, sinatawag nilang team yung isang group na yun, pero yung mga members is hindi sila tumutulong, hindi sila nag-initiate na gawin yung mga task nila. So, hindi sila or hindi ito tinatawag na team. Second is excessive meeting requirements. So, teams can meet too often or too really wasting time or losing focus. So, hindi nag-work ang isang team dahil nawawalan sila ng focus, nagkakaroon ng maraming requirements sa isang team. So, hindi nag-work. Third is lack of empowerment. Teams aren't given authority to make decisions, so progress is slow or blocked. So, sa teams daw, hindi sila nagbibigay ng authority or nagde-decide or nagbibigay ng task, kaya nagkakaroon ng mabagal na progress. Kaya hindi nag-work ang isang team. Fourth is lack of skills. So, members may not have the skills needed to complete tasks or work together effectively. So, kaya hindi nag-work. Isang dahilan kung bakit hindi nag-work ang isang team is hindi man aligned yung skills kailangan para makomplete yung task ng isang member. So, hindi talaga mag-work ang isang team. Fifth is distrust of the team process. If members or managers don't believe teamwork, motivation drops. So, kapag hindi naniniwala yung members or walang tiwala sa ang isang miyembro, dun sa leader o dun sa manager ng isang team, so, mag-drop or hindi mag-work ang isang. Last is unclear objectives. Teams fail when they don't know their goals or what to expect or they don't know what to expect. Dito, hindi mag-work ang isang team kung hindi alam ng bawat member yung nila kung ano ba yung successful na. Yun lang po. Next slide.
Parang conflict. Conflict is a serious disagreement or a struggle between conflict is a serious disagreement or struggle between people or group posed by opposing interests, needs, or goals. It can change from minor arguments to a major war and may involve difference in opinions. Personality clashes, struggles, limited research. So, technique ay pwede itong magsimula sa simpleng hindi pagkakaintindihan. Gaya na lang sa pagkunari sa inuman. Sa inuman ay may mga below the belt na nasasabi. Kaya doon nagsisimula ang ano po, yung ang hindi pagkakaintindihan. Pero may tao naman na naiintindihan niya yung tao na pag nagbibiro ay ayos lang. Pero may iba na kuha na madamdamin. So, yung conflict is nangyayari ito pag magkakaiba ang opinion ng mga tao, may banggaan ng galit o pareho silang gusto na isang bagay. Next is internal conflict or person versus self. This happens within characters, mind, and struggle with emotions, decisions, or beliefs. Para sa akin, internal conflict happens when I struggle with my own thoughts, feelings, or decisions. Sometimes I argue with myself about what choice to make or how to act in a situation. It's not really being torn between what to do or what I should do. Next is internal conflict. External conflict is a type of struggle that happens between character and outside for something or someone beyond the character's control. There are several of external conflicts. One is interpersonal conflicts. Occurs between two individuals, examples, co-workers, supervisor, subordinates, employee, customers. Next is often caused by difference in personality, opinions, or goals. In my understanding, interpersonal conflicts happens when two people have disagreement, agree along because of their different personalities or opinions. Next is individual group conflicts. Happens when one person's goal or person clash with group's norms or objectives. So, ang individual group conflicts occurs when one person's ideas or beliefs go against what the whole wants. For example, if I am the team that decides to do something I don't agree with, like walking shortcuts in projects, I feel uncomfortable left out. Next is group occurs between two or more teams, departments, or organizations. Often about competition for resource, power, or contract. Group conflict happens when two or more people or departments disagreements or compete with each others. Example na lang is the marketing team might argue with the production team because of delays, lack of materials. Next is process conflicts. Competition purpose. Competition purpose, this happens when people or groups fight over limited things like money, materials, or equipment. It can cause because everyone's fair share or the best their team. Next is jurisdictional ambiguity. This means roles or responsibilities. Example, when people don't know who should do it, can lead confusion or argument about it. Next is task interdependence. Task interdependence, this means group members depends on each work depends on each other works to finish task. Example, if one person fails or delays, it can affect everyone's performance. Next is communication barriers. Communication. These are the big problems in sharing information clearly, like misunderstanding, lack of feedback, poor listening. It can cause mistake or conflicts among members. The next is beliefs. Beliefs people have different values, beliefs, and personalities, which can lead to clashes or disagreements. But if handled, this difference can also bring new ideas and balance to the group. Next is personality. Yung personality, ito yung natin. Ako na ba ulit?
Okay, conflict style. First is avoid. Ignores the conflict and hopes it resolves itself. Works for minor or infrequent conflict but can delay resolution for important issues. So, avoiding po. So, ang mga styles ng conflict, isa yung avoiding or hindi pinapansin yung mga conflict and hinahayaan na lang na ma-resolve ito ng sarili niya. Katulad na lamang na, kunyari, two friends disagree on what means to be conflict. One just scroll TikTok instead of talk it out. So, yung dalawang magkaibigan daw is nagtalo or nagkaroon ng disagreement sa kung ano ba yung lalaroin ng parehas na magkaibigan. So, yung isa is nag-scroll na lang ng TikTok instead na pag-usapan nila yung naging disagreement nila about din sa paglalaro. So, second is accommodating. Give it to others' needs or desires at the expense of one's own. Can maintain harmony but may lead to resentment if overused. So, accommodating. Dito naman, example dito is nagkakaroon ng conflict. Katulad nito. Gusto mo na merong pineapple yung pizza, pero ayaw ng mga friends mo nun. So, you agree na wag na lang lagyan kahit happiness mo siya para sa ikakasaya ng marami. So, binabaliwala mo yung own happiness mo para dun sa ibang tao. So, para hindi na magkaroon ng conflict. So, third is forcing. Pushes one's own position regardless of others' needs. Effective in emergencies or quick decisions but can harm relationships. So forcing, ito naman yung forcing ay yung yung pagpilit ng isang tao na gawin yung gusto niya kahit hindi man makakabuti para sa ibang tao. Next slide. Collaborating seeks a win-win solution where both parties get what they want. Best for long-term relationships and complex problems, though time-consuming. So, sa collaborating, dito, sinusolusyonan ng bawat, ng parehas na parties yung conflict na nafe-face nila or nararanasan nila para maging maayos yung parehas. Maging maayos yung A at B na parties. So, sa collaborating po, compromising uses give and take. Each side gets part of what it wants, and most conflicts are resolved this way. Involves negotiation within a settlement range. So, sa compromising, dito nagkakaroon, o hindi na nagkakaroon ng conflict sa compromising kasi nagkakaroon ng give and take. Nagkakaroon ng ito muna, solusyonan muna natin yung isa tapos proceed tayo sa pangalawang problem. Kaya nagkakaroon ng resolve or nagkakaroon ng successful na mga na mga goal. Next slide po. So last, the resolving conflict. So before and when the conflict occurs. So before conflict occurs po, organization should have a formal conflict policy. Training is essential process of conflict prevention and resolution strategies. So bago magkaroon ng conflict, ang organization or yung team ay kailangan na magkaroon ng formal conflict policy at mahalaga rin na magkaroon ng trainings para sa magiging causes ng conflict para masolusyonan yung conflict at ano ba yung mga strategies na gagawin. So when conflict first occurs, employees should attempt direct resolution skills learned in training, reduce tension and increase trust. Private discussion is important, cooperative problem solving, and escalation. So when conflict first occurs, try to resolve it directly with other person using learned skills. So pag-usapan daw muna yung mga problem para mas resolve ito. Reduce tension and build trust. Stay calm, listen, and be respectful. So mabawasan muna yung tension at magkaroon ng trust pa rin. Maging kalmado, makinig, at maging respectful. Talk privately, avoid drama in front of others. So, makipag-usap ng private, hindi man yung mag-i-eskandalo ka in front of maraming tao. Use cooperative problem solving, define problems together, suggest solution, and pick the best one. So, gamitin yung cooperative problem solving, i-define mo na kung ano may problem na nangyari, ano ba yung conflict, and mag-suggest ng mga solution and pumili kung ano ba yung best solution na pwedeng gawin. Last, escalate if needed, project unsolved, and bring the neutral, mediate. And that's all po. Thank you po everyone. If you have question po, just reach out po sa amin, and yun lang po everyone. Thank you po. Open cam. Last. Thank you po everyone.